How do we actually improve our mindset? In today's video, I'm going to share 5 principles that have completely changed my mindset and have made me achieve some of the goals that I've created. And I do this in hopes of you being able to do the same thing. I'm first going to make you see the world a little bit differently, and then I'm going to share the action step for this video that I recommend that you start doing to make change. Principle 1. The self is an illusion built by mental programming. Now, this is a somewhat complex topic, so to make you understand this, I'm going to make a simplification so that you just really understand the value of this. At birth, you're like a blank sheet of paper, and life experiences write your personal code. Positive feedback reinforces your behavior to do more of that, while negative feedback discourages that behavior. And your personality, the person that you are, or what I like to call your character that you're playing, is literally just a sum of all of the code that's been written throughout your life. And obviously, there's a bit of DNA in that, but this shouldn't discourage you from making a change. And believe it or not, we're actually able to reprogram this character. What this means is that if you are currently undisciplined and lazy, you can reprogram your character into disciplined and productive. Don't believe me? This is exactly what I did 2 years ago. I was undisciplined and lazy, and that's who I had been for my whole life before. I was never able to work consistently on my business ideas or any of my goals, because as soon as something was just a little bit hard, I gave up. And I started watching YouTube or playing video games, but then I learned that I can actually reprogram myself, my character. If I'm undisciplined, I can reprogram myself to become disciplined. So that's exactly what I did. And I managed to not only become disciplined and productive, but as a result, I managed to achieve my goals of getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which was something that I could have just never dreamed of before. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this yourself, but first we need to learn the fundamentals. So let's move on to principle 2. It doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that becomes true. Most people watching this video is not going to change anything after this video, and honestly it's a shame, because they will continue to believe that they are who they are, and that there's nothing they can actively do to change or improve that. They would rather be right in this discussion, and they will think that it's just simply in my DNA. And if that's what they believe, then they will actually act based on that belief. And as soon as they fail, they will simply say, see, I told you I couldn't become successful or get good grades or reprogram myself. I told you I couldn't do it. Yet if you believe that you can improve yourself and achieve the goals that you have, whether it's becoming wealthy, getting good grades, or building a useful business, that's exactly what's going to become your reality. It doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that becomes true. Now this is similar to the discussion of religion, right? You can't prove that God exists, neither can you prove that he doesn't exist, so it just becomes a matter of what you believe in. And it's the same with your beliefs about your capabilities and what you're able to achieve. And either you choose to believe that you can accomplish your goal, and from my experience, you're more likely to achieve your goals, or you adopt the mindset that you can't achieve your goals. And yeah, of course, maybe you're just not going to get surprised that you're not going to achieve your goals because you believe that about yourself, right? The thing we should remind ourselves in this discussion is that it doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that becomes true. If you become aware of this, you can mindfully choose who you're turning yourself into. If you want to improve yourself and achieve your goals, use principle 2. It doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that becomes true. Principle 3. The key to evolution is variation and confronting the status quo. If you're like me, then we both share the vision of wanting to achieve an important goal to us. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to achieve. Get wealthy, get better grades, get in shape, or build a useful business. I believe that one of the crucial steps along our journey is to challenge things as they are, no matter what it is. Now, if you participated in the 14-day challenge, which was the last video I uploaded, now, if you haven't seen that video, it's a 14-day challenge where I walk you through step by step for 14 days, or it's actually 12 days. It was actually a mistake from my part, but it's around 12 days, and I walk you through a framework that you can use to actually just change your life completely. During that challenge, we confronted the bad habits that felt normal to us, such as scrolling on our phone or watching too much YouTube or playing too much video games or watching too much Netflix. And as a result of that, we managed to achieve a lot of growth. And I shared how I managed to achieve some of my goals because I confronted my personal status quo. And that led to progress, my own journey. And a lot of people actually commented on that video sharing exactly the same experience. And one thing that I'm always trying to remind myself of is that just because things are normal, that doesn't mean that they are actually the best set of actions. It's actually usually the opposite. My point here that I've realized is that the key to evolution is variation. This is a fundamental rule in evolution. Confronting the parts of yourself that you hide, avoid, or fear. It often starts with acting bold. Now, how do we start getting the courage and the confidence to start acting bold, not only with ourselves, but also around other people? Let's move on to principle 4 to find that out. Principle 4. Instead of judging others, see their value. Now, the first time I learned this, my mind was just blown, and I couldn't believe how I could have missed this before. But yeah, okay, so here it is. The more you judge others, the more you judge yourself. Think about a person that you really dislike. Now, think of an important goal or dream that you have. Now, do you see how your current self might be the biggest obstacle to achieving your goal? The traits you avoid and judge in others might be the ones that you need to embrace in order to achieve your goals or dreams. Because the interesting thing about judging others is that the traits that you dislike in others are often the traits that you suppressed in yourself. And when you stop judging those traits in the other people and just look at their value instead, you free yourself to act freely in whatever way you want, because you're not going to fear acting like the person that you dislike. At some point, we're going to need to start acting more boldly, make unpopular decisions, say unpopular stuff, or act in a way that is unpopular. If we always judge others when they do something unpopular, we are going to judge ourselves when we act boldly and do stuff that is unpopular. So we're going to restrain ourselves from doing that. To overcome that fear of acting boldly, try using Principle 4. Instead of judging other people, see their value. Principle 5. Who's pulling the strings? And this is the last principle. View yourself from a third-person perspective and view yourself as just a character. Your character is something you've been acting out for years. You've gotten good at playing that role. But the problem is that your character might have a few flaws that hold you back, making you think that you can't achieve certain things when you actually can. Ask yourself, who is pulling the strings of your character? Is it you or the habits and beliefs you've developed over time? The truth is, your dream, whether it's getting into a specific school, building a business, or something else, has always been possible. The voices telling you otherwise in your mind is just a part of your character's limitations. So if you have a character right now that doesn't feel like it's fit or capable to achieve the goal that you wanted to achieve, then it's time to design a new one that can achieve it effortlessly. Here's how we can take control and change your character. I'm going to leave a PDF document in the description where you can answer the questions and design your new character. We're going to first define who your character is. We're going to pin it down. We're going to look at what is our character's weaknesses and strengths. And we're going to do this through an actual study to study exactly who your character is. So put on the lab coat, think of yourself as a scientist, and the subject that you're going to be studying is yourself, or your character. First, define the character. Then what's the character's strengths and weaknesses? Like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And what habits and traits are the ones that define you? And then compare it to your goal. Is your current character fit for achieving them? Step number 2, redesign your character. Identify the traits that you need to have in order to achieve your goals. And then what we're going to do is we're going to experiment, and for the upcoming weeks, you're going to act like this new character, and you're going to see that it's actually possible to change the character that you are. So design whoever the fuck you want to be. Now, for more information about the experiment, you'll find all the information in the description below. Now let's summarize what we've learned in today's video. Principle 1. The self is an illusion built by mental programming. Principle 2. It doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work, that becomes true. Principle 3. The key to evolution is variation and confronting the status quo. Principle 4. Instead of judging others, see their value. Principle 5. Who's pulling the strings? Now, if you're interested in redesigning your character and trying this experiment yourself, I've put a lot of effort into making this as easy for you as possible. I really encourage you to click the top link in the description and try it out yourself. If you enjoyed this video, I'm constantly looking to make these videos better, so leave a comment below what you thought about this and what you would like to see next. Now, that's how you actually improve your mindset. That's all I had to say in this video. I'm out.